Hey friends, welcome into the TexAgs Rewind here on Monday morning, brought to you by Specs. Smooth sips, smoother prices. Save on tried and true classics or find your next favorite bottle during the whiskey sale at Specs. The fun starts here, and the show started here. So anyway, Luke, what was your favorite part of the show here in the Rollo Insurance Studio?
It was probably Billy Liucci.
You got to give a why.
I always love listening to his insight after a big win.
Okay. And Nick, your favorite part of the program was?
Gotta unmute myself first. Marty Smith, obviously.
Why?
He was very nice. Very high on Arch Manning still.
Yep. That upset people.
We'll change that.
Oh, it's okay. Who cares?
Yeah,
Be upset about it.
All right, I'm going to try a new question for you guys, for both of you. Least favorite part of the show that doesn't make the rewind, or maybe it does. Luke, you're actually thinking.
I don't think I had a least favorite part.
Okay, that's what subordinate would answer. Like, Nick,
David Nuno.
this rewind. Yeah, I agree. Check it out. It's the rewind. That pass attack is better. Marcel was better. The receivers are better. Now I'm going to tell you something else. I believe Le'Veon Moss is still Le'Veon Moss. Mm-hmm. So what does that do for Le'Veon Moss when you've got and Ruben and Amari and EJ and Jermaine Morrow? What does it do for them when you can throw and you know those wide receivers are going to get separation? What do safeties do? What does everybody do?
They back up.
Interesting.
And so when Ruben or Le'Veon or Amari or whoever takes at some point in the season, takes a handoff and gets into the second level, that the angles for the safeties that take to make that tackle and keep from being a big game change.
Yep.
Being a big game change. And so you become more likely to turn a nice game into a big play.
You look at, they won by 18 in a game where they didn't have to run the ball, and they didn't run the ball. And if you look at last year's narratives, well, things changed once teams knew that A&M couldn't run the ball. They just waited for Marcel to throw. Well, I don't think UTSA was, first off, A&M didn't try to run the ball very much, and UTSA wasn't going to make it easy for them to run. Marcel had time. He looked poised. He definitely missed a throw, right?
Yeah.
Right, definitely. And he'll tell you, he said it in the press conference. But I believe the identity of this team is going to be still smash mouth football when it's all said and done. And the fact that they can be a hybrid team at times, to me, is very exciting offensively.
Yeah, we talked about in the offseason that we thought that A&M was going to have a highly productive, explosive offense that was going to average between 31 and 35 points and maybe more. And what do you know? They go out there and score 42. Yeah, 7 of those came on a punt return. Yeah, that's an offensive player. That's part of it. So as far as the running game goes, not only was I not concerned with it, I know they weren't great. Ruben had a 30-yard run. I think Le'Veon only carried 3 times, and one of them was a 12-yard run. I'm going, what are you upset? Yeah. I used to tell Gabe Bach this, and I know you know this too. When you're playing a non-conference game against a decent opponent, I'm not even saying a good one, but I'm saying a decent opponent, and quite frankly, UTSA may be better than that. I mean, look, their linebackers. One was at Alabama, one was at TCU. It's not like that the talent level is night and day. Typically what happens is that team will play you a strong game for a half, and then as the second half wears on, the fact that you're bigger and a little more talented and deeper starts taking a toll, and then you see the better teams pull away. That's what happens most of the time.
Yeah, I watch a lot of, so the morning after, in our job, we have to really pay attention. And so I watch a lot of tape and a lot of those truncated highlight packages that are put together of various games. But that's it. Wanting more, if you're Mike Elko, is the best problem to have when you beat a quality opponent. And I felt like he said it best after the game. 0's a good thing when you're talking about the loss column. They answered a lot of questions. The offense looked explosive. The return game looked fantastic. That punt return was so well executed. If you go watch that football play and you know any damn thing about football, It was so well devised, very well blocked, and 7's a problem. Texas A&M fans are going to love 7 in the return game, and you won all 3 phases of the game. And you said it, David, really quality adjustments at halftime in that run game defensively. I felt like Marcel Reed looked good, had the 4 scores. He was on time, accurate most of the time, spread the football around to all kinds of different people. And the biggest question mark coming out of it, you said it, is that run defense. But I felt like Coach Elko explained it pretty well, that a lot of those breakdowns were kids playing for the first time and learning while there's bullets flying around. And so that's something that can be corrected, and you would expect will be corrected. And so I think there's reason for great optimism in College Station.
Marty, let's talk about the Texas-Ohio State game. Art struggled initially. I thought he looked fantastic towards the end of that game.
He did.
What was more impressive, or what stood out more, I should say? Arch's early struggles or maybe Ohio State's defense?
It's the latter. Look, Arch is fine. He's fine. He's a great football player. He's a great young man. The hype train was egregious.
I don't know why we're judging him against perfection. I could tell you some of the bet. He overthrew a touchdown to KC that he would probably make 99 times out of 100. I think one of his other bad throws of the day was actually a shoestring catch turned into a touchdown by Mario Craver. So there weren't many. There were a couple more. He wasn't, like I say, he wasn't perfect, but
He was good.
I think he was really good.
Yeah.
He had 330 yards of offense, 4 touchdowns, no picks, no turnovers. Ran when he needed to run. I'd love to see him run a little more. Made some throws like that one right there to Casey Concepcion. He threw one to Nate Burkitcher over the middle that was great. He like that play right there, Craver's first touchdown. He's leading. He led the guys where they were catching the ball on the run, on the move, going across the middle, whether it was the swing or screen passes. I thought there's another. I mean, all these highlights are guys crossing that he's hitting in stride, throwing the ball out in front of them generally. I thought he had a really good game, and he was calm and poised throughout, and it was a slow offensive start. Didn't phase him. And part of that slow offensive start, too, by the way, had to do with, like, you think about the way the game went. The first drive, 15-yard gain. Second play, penalty, 1st and 20. Next play, wide open Le'Veon Moss. He stumbles and, gets tripped up on his feet. That's probably a 12-yard gain to make it 2nd and 10, 2nd and 8, 7. Punt. Okay. Next drive, they don't convert a 3rd and 2. Punt, 3 and out. Next time, Casey Concepcion, touchdown. It took a while for them to get going. Their first 2 drives were unproductive. Again, one was due to a penalty. And then their next 2, they scored touchdowns. And then the next one, they went down the field a little bit and ran out of time. So I was really happy with the game. There's a great throw to Nye Black.
Who do you think is closer to losing their job? Hugh Freeze or Kalen DeBoer? I don't think you like my
Kalen
question.
DeBoer.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze got himself a big win, not big, but it was.
Well, I mean, still
it was
a long
must
season.
win,
Yeah.
and it inspired a little hope over there on the plains. But I still want to say, like, if you're saying who do I think is going to last longer, Hugh Freeze still, like, if he loses to Oklahoma and A&M, they're going to start trying to figure out how to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
He could win both those games. I hope he doesn't. But, I mean, those are, I think, going to be to whatever degree. Like, if you're doing odds, I think they're no worse than, like, 40% to win either one of those. So, I mean, they got a legit shot in either one, I believe. I think they'll be, if you made me say, who do you think wins at Kyle Field, I'd say A&M, but it's not like I would lay it down and guarantee it. So, But if they lose those 2 games, they're going to start figuring. They're going to look at the rest of the schedule and they're going to go, "What are we going to do about this?" And it's going to start. It would have started last week, but they kind of kicked the crap out of Baylor. I know it was a 1-touchdown game. Kalen DeBoer, the only thing that's holding him upright, and we know how this goes, is that buyout. I mean, they wouldn't fire him after this game, but like if Alabama goes 8-4 this year, they're going to want to fire him, and 100% of their fan base will agree with the decision maker.
And they'll call Sark.
But there's a $70 million buyout. So it's crazy to me because, they're going to be looking at Sark, their fan base is. They're going to be looking at Kiffin. They might, depending on what Indiana does this year, they might be looking at Cignetti. My guy over there. But, the money is a real roadblock. So Alabama, they've got to be sitting there, the power brokers and decision makers, they have to be sitting there going, dude, we have got to, this guy's got to win. And there's nothing they can do about it, but just sit there and watch. We've been there. We know.
Nick will never speak on the show again. Luke, tell the people what to do.
You're going to want to like, comment, subscribe.
I don't like your energy. I'll do it. You want to like, comment.
You're going to want to...
What? Necesitas like, comment, and subscribe.